Hello teachers, I'm Teacher Brian. Today I'm going to share with you a personal story about my time in Vietnam. Are you ready? Okay guys, 6 years ago I moved to Southeast Asia and I have never looked back. And in today's video I'm going to tell you my personal story about moving from the United States to Southeast Asia to teach English as a foreign language. Let's go find a seat on the beach to talk. Hot, 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 hot. As you can see, I'm on the beach. It's Thursday, 10 a.m. Where are you? What are you doing? Alright, 6 long years ago, I was living in a monastery in the United States, in Virginia, and it was a simple life. I prayed 3 times a day, I ate meals immediately afterwards, and I took care of my daily chores and disciplines. I was doing all of this to take some time and space to figure out, you know, the next direction for my life, the path that I was going to go on. I had been working in bars and hotels for years. It was time to stop that. I was leaving my 20s behind, and I needed something new. During that time, thanks to YouTube.com, I became obsessed with healthy lifestyle, healthy living, and I found a strong community in Chiang Mai, Thailand, Southeast Asia. I was so excited, I began to plan a visit to Thailand. I was gonna do maybe 2 weeks, but a friend of mine in the monastery said, Brian, you know, foreigners can teach English overseas. I had never thought of that. That had never once crossed my mind. I don't think I'd even heard of it. Maybe my niece taught in China for a year a long time ago. So, you know, being brainwashed by YouTube videos is easy, and pretty soon I was convinced that I had to take the trip to Thailand. And in that conversation with my friend, someone overheard us. They turned around, and as fate would have it, they said, Brian, my nephew lives in that city you're talking about in Thailand. Would you like me to get you in touch with them? And it was such a pleasant experience, such a great process. As soon as I talked to him, he explained to me the way that international schools work. And that's why, in this video at least, I would tell you, I always recommend starting your journey through an international school. The one that I applied to in Thailand needed one position to be filled, and that is physical education teacher. And guess what my major was? That's right, PE. They brought me in on a fast track program. So as soon as I was hired, they booked my ticket, they flew me overseas in an amazing international little journey, and then they picked me up from the airport, brought me to the international school, took care of all my paperwork, everything that I needed to do for a visa, and all I had to do, I think, was sign my name. As soon as I understood what I was signing, all I had to do was sign my name. I worked at that international school for 1 year, and my favorite part about it, seriously, was the commissary. I'm not kidding. It was a boarding school, so every day it served breakfast, lunch, and dinner to the students. And because they were international, they were always trying to bring over dishes from other countries like Mexico, Italy, China. They would make Vietnamese food, Thai food, of course, and I loved it. I loved it. I felt so taken care of, so provided for. Just that basic need done well made the whole experience great. But of course, after my first year of teaching, I needed more fun and less responsibility. So I left the international school and I began teaching at a language center in Chiang Mai, Thailand. The language center was enjoyable. It was one-on-one with students. I would teach them for 1 hour, then the next student would just come into the classroom, and I would do that for maybe 5 hours a day. It did provide me with an opportunity to live in the city, to afford my own place, and to enjoy the lifestyle without kind of the bounds and responsibilities and commitment of a full-on international school. I loved my time in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I loved it and I would never trade it. When people ask me, what did you like better, Thailand or Vietnam? I can't answer the question. I love both of them. I feel purpose and calling to be where I'm at, and Chiang Mai at the time was right where I needed to be. The one thing that I mention in videos that you need to always prepare for and anticipate are visa issues. And what happened was about 3 years ago, Thailand went through some visa issues where they tightened regulations. They made it a little more difficult to remain in there long term. So my community that I had been building there started to kind of branch off and move away. Half of them went to Bali, half of them went to Da Nang, Vietnam. Now I'll tell you, my other job in Chiang Mai was to be like the pep rally leader. I loved that city so much. It was very hard to convince me to even travel outside of the city that I was in. But one of my friends in Da Nang at the time said, Brian, you know what? Just visit. You know, you can just visit here. And I did for 1 week. And I'll tell you what sold me. It's that right there. This ocean is so lovely. It's so beautiful. It's so hot today. But that's what got me to visit. And I'll tell you, as soon as I dipped my head in that ocean and I came out of the waters, I knew, oh, Brian, this is the next place you're gonna be. And I was here 30 days later. I touched down in Da Nang, Vietnam, and I've been here for 3 years. The first 2 years I worked online, which I would call the golden years of online teaching. The salary was incredible, the commitment was low. I worked from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And that afforded me the entire lifestyle. All the coffee, all the nightlife, all the activities and events that I wanted to do. I was just able to live comfortably here. And that gave me some of my best years of my life. The friends that I had, the way that we built a community here together and just loved each other as foreign expats in this country was some of the most encouraging and definitive growth in my life experience. After those 2 years, I knew that I needed to settle myself here fully and legally. Now, at the time, there was an option to just be on a tourist visa for a year as an American. That's what I did. COVID kicked in and all of the visa kind of processes were streamlined into just extensions per month. And so I did that for over a year. But the time has come where now that the world is opening back up, the economies are opening back up, that you need to have a true and legit work permit to be in Vietnam for long term. I knew I needed to do that. I got away from online teaching and I began the process of seeking out employment here. And that's where, if you watch the other videos that I've made, you can find that it's quite an easy process for foreigners. I sent out my resume. I was responded to immediately. I found a job within a week, and they have since then, in a few short months, given me a 2-year TRC to continue my lifestyle and my love for living here in Vietnam. This is what's possible for you. This is the reason I'm making this video today. I am just this normal guy that 5 years ago would have never thought or dreamt that I would be here today. But here I am, and the same is true for you. Go on to VietnamTeachingJobs.com and begin to look through the opportunities and possibilities for you to take. You will find one. You will find one that is right for you. I am sure that you will notice that you can check off almost every box for the qualifications and requirements that they have for you. The only thing that you might need at this point is a TEFL certificate, and you can get that within a week. My friend, trust me. Look, I want to invite you to Vietnam to teach, to live, to enjoy the lifestyle. Keep watching these videos for more information. We can answer your questions, we can give you paths and guidance to how to get here, but we can also give you some entertainment just to enjoy and watch and see what goes on in this amazing country. I hope that you guys are having a great day at your job. Now start thinking about your job and future here. Bye-bye, teachers.